Alrighty then. This is Lauren, the Story Brand Strategist, coming to you from the Bronx, New York City in 2018. And this is the review I promised Steve Forrester, member of Espresso with Dan. Of course, I'm doing this in a new year, too early in the morning, but that's okay. I want to make sure I get this done. So Steve posted in Espresso. He has a membership sales page for his membership, and he wanted some thoughts and suggestions. So I am doing this in video form because I need to. I think there's a few things I saw before, and I needed to take a look at it again. It's just too much for me to try to write out, so maybe I can explain it better if I do a video. Let's see, what's the name of this thing? The Subscription Accelerator Program, your private training community for, oh, that's a grammatical error. Starting, launching, and growing a profitable subscription box business. I'm not the biggest on grammatical errors because I'm pretty much legally blind. So when I type things, I misspell things all the time. So speed attracts money, as I am told. So, but that could be fixed. You know, you might have already fixed this because I know there was a comment about you fixing some stuff. So maybe that's just this didn't update yet, but that's okay. Building a subscription box just got easier. Join the Subscription Accelerator Program and learn and connect with industry experts as your start, launch, and grow. Yeah, grammatical stuff here. Let's keep going. Okay. Building a successful subscription box just got easier. Let's get started button. Now, ironically, as we're doing this, I am in the process of starting my own subscription box. So this is going to be an interesting one. I know just from the headline, the purpose of the headline really is to get me, the reader, to read the next line, not to sell the product. So always keep that in mind as you are creating headlines, because as I look at that, and it is like it's not like it is 3:11 in the morning. I like to write copy as if people have other and better things to do, which they usually do, and it's like 3-something in the morning, and they're tired, and so that headline has to make me stay up to read the next line to get through your sales page. So I try to write copy that's headlines that make me go to the next line as much as possible. So this headline don't do it for me, but we'll keep going because this is a review. Does any of this sound familiar? Let's see. What did you write here for bullets? I have a great idea for a subscription box, but don't know where to start and how to get it off the ground. My subscription box is up and running, but it's not going as well as I like, and I'm out of ideas on how to attract and retain more subscribers. It's frustrating not knowing what steps to take specifically in each area of my business: marketing, building relationships, and negotiating with suppliers, building out the email list. The list goes on. The next one says, it's tiring spending countless hours trying to figure out Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, AdWords. I'm getting sick of pouring money down the drain for a little return. I just don't know where my time is best spent each week, balancing being a parent, working a job, and trying to keep everything going. I want to work smarter, not harder. Okay. All right. So I have no clue how you got these bullets. I don't know. I can make some assumptions, but I don't want this whole thing to be an hour long. Let's see. I'm assuming this is some of the I'm assuming that, these are some concerns that maybe the people you have already in your group have had, and you're like, okay, this sounds like some of the main concerns that people have, so let me put it in bullets, which is always a good idea. The last one is a little weird to me. I don't know where my time is best spent each week. Balancing being a parent, working a job, and trying to keep everything going. It just seems weird. I think if you're going to use that angle, I would have to assume that some people who are starting subscription boxes still work a 9 to 5 job or have a main job, and maybe they wanted to start something on the side, and maybe they want to transition. I don't know. That's the assumption that I can put into that. I just think that if you're going to go with that, that needs to be rewritten in a different way to kind of emphasize that. Not unless the stuff you're using in these bullets is being taken directly from maybe a survey that you gave out, because that could be the case. I'm not sure. I'm not in the inside of your business. That could directly be the case, but I would just rework that last one a little bit. Um, let's see. What else did I have to say about the bullets? I don't know why subscription box is capital, but maybe. I don't know. I don't know why that's cap. You have a capital. There might be a reason for that. Let's see. I have a great idea for script. I don't know how to get it. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I've been there. Um, my subscription box is running, but it's not going well. I haven't been at that part yet. Okay, so it's frustrating not knowing what stuff to take specifically in each area of my business: marketing, building, relationships, suppliers, blah blah blah. Okay. Like in all, like the first 4 bullets, I don't really have that much of a problem. One of them, I'm currently in that kind of so in that situation, so that's fine to me. Um, the last one just seems weird, even though I think I know where that's coming from. I think it just could be maybe we worked a little better. So let's go on. Uh, I don't went through this. I don't forgot. Like this seemed really weird. Does any of this sound familiar? These are the reasons. If it does, then you know how difficult it can be to get the right advice and support. Um, do I know how difficult it is to get the right advice and support? I don't know if I do. Now, remember, I'm giving this review, but I'm actually kind of sort of in your audience in a way, so this is going to be a different sort of uh, than my normal reviews, I guess. Do I know how difficult it is to get the right advice and support? I may not. You can keep that. It's just I'm asking these other questions. Does the reader know how difficult it is to get the right advice support, or are you going to further explain something? I don't know. This is like some of the questions I ask when I'm writing a copy, or if I've written copy, I'm going over it. So that's just something to consider. That's probably a statement that you probably can leave there. Let's see how it reads into everything else. I'll read that over again. If it does, then you know how difficult it can be to get the right advice and support. That's why I created the Subscription Accelerator Program. Yeah, it definitely feels like there should be a little bit more something before that. Yeah, it does. It just feels that way. Let's keep going. This is why I created the program. I was sick of seeing good people for Mason subscription box ideas, feeling stuck, let down, and frustrated thanks to generic one-size-fits-all advice on Facebook groups from people who talk a lot but deliver very little value. Seriously, how does just set up a sales funnel help me? You could have ran with more stuff with that, but let me just get through these few bullets before I come back. Dry and boring blog posts that make a lot of promises but don't actually show you what to do. Uh, information overload from blogs, Facebook groups, the list goes on. It's impossible to know what advice actually works and what is going to lead you down the wrong path. Thankfully, all that's behind you. Okay, let's go back to this. Yeah, this part, I would rewrite it. Uh, one size fits all advice. Okay, I can see that. Sales funnel. See, I don't know how, this is something you need to, um, I'm trying not to go too deep in copywriting land in terms of sales, direct response sales copy, which is, this is, at this point, this is a sales letter, this is sales copy we're talking about. You're not promoting this product, you are selling on this letter. So this is what you need to do. You do have to get inside of your prospect's mind. Now, the thing about this, in the beginning of the letter, those bullets, you have people in different spaces, people who have an idea but don't know what to do, people who are already running their business but stuff ain't working out, like they're making very little margin or whatever the hell the problem is, people who are too busy or stuff is like going haywire because they don't know how to balance the right time, what to focus on. You know, this, you have an audience that's coming from like 3 or 4 different places, or they are in 3 or 4 different stages of this subscription box business thing. And you're promising them that, you know, you're the guy, the go-to, you created this program, and that you can help all 3 or 4 of those individuals or types. That's what you're essentially kind of sort of supposedly saying here. And what you're trying to make the case in this sales letter is that, you know, following like one size fits all advice doesn't help you because you have a specific problem, right? The people who have an idea and don't know what the hell they should do to get it started, they have one type of problem versus the people who already have the subscription box and they're trying to market better or something. That's a whole different problem than not knowing how to even get started. It's a whole different problem with having to negotiate with suppliers, right? These are different individuals with different problems. These are different problem types. And you're saying if people join this program that you can solve these problem types, right? And you're trying to make the case that generic, you know, people going into their Facebook groups and reading all these random things, you know, this generic advice is not going to help you because you're in different parts of your business. But that's not really coming out here, okay? To me, how to set up a sales funnel. Like, this is the thing about language. Sales funnel, I'm a marketer. I know I'm a marketer, I'm a copywriter, I'm a marketer. And as well as I'm a marketer, I'm a salesperson. I know what a sales funnel is. I know what a marketing funnel is. So you can write marketing funnel, you can write sales funnel, and I will know what you're talking about because that's what I do essentially for a living. If you're dealing with an individual that is coming from a place where they have an idea for a subscription box, but they don't know what a sales funnel is, you might want to rework that bullet, how you approach this. Because if they're reading stuff and hearing sales funnel, and you're saying, seriously, how does just set up a sales funnel help me? You could have said, well, I don't even know what a sales funnel is. I'm just getting started, you know, or something like that, you know, just to make it a little bit more personal, because that's one type. You have one sales letter, you're sending everybody, despite what situation you're in, to the same damn sales letter. So the sales letter has to speak to those people in different situations, right? So you gotta be able to address those things. Let's see, dry and boring blog posts that make a lot of promise and don't show you what to do. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so information from blogs, Facebook groups, and the list goes on. It's impossible to know what advice actually works and what is going on and what's going to lead you down the wrong path. Thankfully, all of that is behind you. The Subscription Accelerator Program is your private training community, so you get all support and guidance you need to start, launch, and grow your profitable subscription box. Okay, so you make a big ass promise here. You're making a very big promise. You're making the case that the individuals you're talking to, your readers, your audience, that you are going to be the only place and the only thing they need to get their stuff off the ground and to grow their subscription box business, right? You're making a really big promise there. Proof to that promise is what many sales copywriters will tell you. So if you're going to make that promise, make sure you have some proof in here. So if you could talk about your box. Now, granted, I have not scrolled down the rest of this letter, so you might already have done that. But just saying, there's a big promise. You have to do something with that promise, because now, because the fact of the matter is, before that, you're talking about it's impossible to know what advice actually works and what's going to lead them down the wrong path. So you're trying to, the thing is there, I don't think you're establishing enough trust, because you're telling people, oh, well, essentially, well, it's impossible for you to tell who's lying and who's not. Well, why should they trust you? You could be lying to them in the sales letter too. You see, it causes doubt and objections. Then after that, you make it a big promise. So, just to keep that in mind, let's scroll down. And then you're talking about what they'll get. When you join Subscription Accelerator Program, you'll be able to da-da-da, 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 and much, much more. I didn't even read that. I'll read a couple of things. Get access. Well, you're basically describing what the hell's in it. Okay, so you're listing a lot of features here. Okay, some benefit-driven stuff in here. Okay, there's a little bit of benefit, not enough benefits, maybe possibly. And I would say that especially is because you basically are saying people must trust you, and you make a big promise. So that might need to be reworked a bit. All right, here's a summary of what you'll get from the Subscription Accelerator Program. Okay, and then you're going into exactly what it is they're getting. I don't want to do this forever, so I'm going to go quickly through this part. Okay. Okay, this is towards the end. Okay. So everything they're getting. Okay. Get instant access. This is the monthly price. This is the annual membership price. How they can pay. Okay. Okay. And then this is basically a testimonial section. Hey, Chris said very nice things about you. They're like, hey, take a look inside of it. In-depth courses are practical resources on launching, running, and growing a subscription box business. Very good. Enjoy the courses and master classes on a wide range of essential skill strategies and blah, 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 including how to blah, 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 the complete guide to whatever, how to whatever, whatever. Okay, then another testimonial. Plus, you'll get blah, 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 blah. And then we go back to the pricing. As a thank you, here's my Swipe file. The complete no thinking required method to getting here, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then we talk about you. A little bit about me. Then social proof. Then the trial. And then another testimonial. And then the pricing again. Still got questions? Go to Steve. Okay. This is good jobby. Yeah. Yeah. There are some things in the sales page I would kind of like move up and put it. Oh, shit. Okay, here we go. And put it up here just because, like, I'm in a situation where I am building a subscription box. Like, right now, I'm going through a process, getting opt-ins for a box that I have not sourced any products for. and things like that. But there's a method to that madness, not for this discussion. And so this right here should be attracting the hell out of me. And I know when I've gone through this a couple of times. When I first went through it, there wasn't much that really stuck out to me. And I was like, oh, you need to have to be in this. That was my first impression. And I'm supposed to be in your target market, which is frightening. That should be frightening to you. Uh, yeah. Because I just feel like you're making a big promise, but there's not enough for me to be like, yes. So I know you went through, I think you went through the membership site training and maybe they told you to set it up like this. Just for the hell of it, I would have moved, what could have been nice? I would have even moved one of these damn testimonials even somewhere up here with some extra stuff to make it a little bit more okay. There's somebody, because what happens is, you see, each line of copy has to get the person to read the next line. You have these testimonials down here that if I didn't scroll down, I would have never have known that they were down there. Now, I've looked at this a couple of times, so when I scrolled down, I knew they were down there. So there's not much copy up here that attracts me enough to want to continue down the page. And that's your problem, because you have some things here that would say, okay, Lauren, you should be taking a chance. But this is not enough here, because I feel like you're telling me not to trust other people, but somehow I'm supposed to trust you, and I don't know you, right? Your sales page has to get someone to know, like, and trust you. So even if you added one testimonial up here from somebody you work with, that would have done a hell of a lot. I've been like, okay, well, there's something to this guy. And I don't know you very well in the EWD anyway, so that's the other thing. Also seen in Reddit. Okay, so that's like that. Yeah, I think this needs to be reworked a bit. I don't think it's as convincing as it needs to be. Now, check this out. You might have a bunch of cold traffic going here. Maybe you have some warm traffic going here. I don't know how well you're actually emailing your list or where your traffic is coming from. You can always test it the way it is. But I just think there's some pieces here. It's like there's no like and trust factor really built into this the way it needs to be done. I think that you have different audiences or different people who are in different stages of their subscription box business. People who have an idea, people who want a subscription box, don't have an idea, people who are currently running one and they're having different issues, and you're sending them all to this page. Now, I'm sure your program solves all of their issues, but I feel like you're addressing some and not addressing the other, and then not giving sufficient sort of backing up for it, and then saying all these other people kind of, they don't know what they're talking about, or you don't know if you follow this person's advice or that person's advice, you can screw yourself, but you should trust me. And by the way, pay me $40 a month, or pay me $400 a year to me to tell you what you're supposed to do, because you're supposed to trust me. You know, it kind of comes off like that, because check this out. We scroll all the way down here and we see these first before I even know who you are, your name, before I even know that you even done one of these things before I even know that you were featured in BuzzFeed and all these other places, before I even see a testimonial. So you're probably losing people if there's a heat map on this somewhere up here. They probably don't even get down to Chris to see this, most likely, if you're running crowd traffic with a heat map. So that's the problem. That's a problem. So let me stop here. It's late. I hope this helps you dearly. We shall talk soon.